Hey folks, it's time to have a catch up about this. So I saw my consultant, Mr. Christopher, this week to discuss the next steps in my phalloplasty surgery journey. If you don't watch my vlogs, then basically I was due to have my final stage of my phalloplasty surgery in January. The final stage is the erectile device turning you from this to this. Unfortunately, they found some issues in my urethral hookup, which meant that they had to fix that, so stage 3 was put off. Unfortunately, there were more issues after that, and it's ended up with me being unhooked, which means rather than peeing through my penis, I'm now peeing through a hole they've made underneath. Very distressing. So the appointment with Mr. Christopher was to discuss the process of hooking me back up. I was so incredibly nervous. I think there's this big fear in me that, you know, they're going to say you're too broken down there, that we can't fix it. You know, it's a huge fear. And also I kind of expected that Mr. Christopher would need to look down there, and at the moment I'm so incredibly dysphoric that the idea of anybody going down there is just, it's just not good. I was right. He did need to have a look, but he was so incredibly understanding. He was just kind of trying to distract me. For some reason, talking about high jumping, I don't know why. But it was all very much worth it, because originally we thought that what was going to have to happen was that I would have to be re-hooked up in 2 stages, because basically what they do, if you imagine the wee pipe, and it's had to be undone, so there's then this gap in the middle. So they take a graft from inside your mouth, make a little tube to attach these 2 back up. Because this skin can shrink, they tend to attach it just to one end first, let that heal, and then in the second surgery, attach the second end. But after looking at me, he said that I've healed very well for a start, and he feels that it should be able to be done in 1 surgery, and that he probably won't need anything from my mouth. If he does, just a tiny bit. So he said 90% sure that it'll be 1 surgery and won't need a mouth graft. 10% he might end up having to do it in 2 stages and I might need a mouth graft. But it's looking much more likely that this should be straightforward. Which means, you know, all fingers crossed, I should be standing to pee at Christmas again, which, you know, would just be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can have the surgery any time from now, but the trouble is, I've got my exam on the 9th of June, and then I'm at Glastonbury on the 23rd, so it's all a bit tight, so it's probably going to be August time now until I can have the surgery. But that's okay, that's not too bad, and knowing that it's just probably 1 surgery and not 2, it's so much better. I mean, I am learning from what's gone on recently that I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. You know, this is great news, absolutely, don't get me wrong, it's given me some hope that things can happen quicker, but I'm not getting my hopes up that it's all going to be that straightforward. I'm just still taking it one day at a time. That's the only way at the moment, because I'm so emotionally fragile right now that I can't take a knock. So it's good news, but I'm staying focused and balanced about it, put it that way. So yeah, as soon as I get a date, I will let you know. I'm very much looking forward to it being done, because this has had such a knock-on effect on my mental health in shocking ways. I didn't, you know, you can't kind of predict these things, can you? But it has been really tough. As you can see at the moment, I'm really tired. I'm absolutely exhausted, and that's partly because of the emotional stuff going on, and partly because I'm in the middle of studying at the moment. I've got this exam coming up. I was away last weekend at a university weekend. It's like a revision cramming session from Friday till Sunday, and I found it really tough to be with people. I'm finding it really hard at the moment to be with people that aren't like me. So if you're an alcoholic, if you're mentally unstable and you're transgender, I could get on with you fine. But kind of regular civilians right now, I'm finding it really hard. I think it's that I'm not feeling good enough thing at the moment, and my self-esteem is just at the moment. And so to be with all these students, and they're all talking about what they're doing in their lives and their careers and stuff, and I'm just kind of like, you know, they asked me, and I'm like, oh, I'm still off sick and all of this, and it was just really awkward, and I was really anxiety full, and I ended up hiding in my room in the evening quite a lot because I couldn't be dealing with all the drinking downstairs either. It was a bit too much for me, but it was good in the respect that, you know, that's the furthest I've been actually since January. You know, since my depression and anxiety have come back, I've been finding it really, really hard to go anywhere. So actually to make it all the way to Warwick was quite a big thing, and for me to actually deal with that amount of people in one space, you know, it was good in that respect. But now I'm shattered, absolutely shattered, and I've had a really busy week with going to see Mr. Christopher as well. So yeah, that's why the vlogs are all late. I'm very sorry. I will get back on schedule, and I will do the one that I postponed from last week, which was my first coastal walk. I will do that. It's actually Pride this weekend, so I'm probably going to do a little extra vlog about Pride to make up for the lack of vlogs and the late vlogs. So yes, thank you everyone for all your lovely comments on Wednesday on my way to London to see Mr. Christopher. It was lovely to have all of your support. It really, really helped. Always does, always does. So yeah, I'll update soon. Happy weekend everybody. Love you loads.